insults. Young crouch to the world and back, baby. Look. When they ask for a picture, what do I do? That's the pose that I choose. You can do it too. Just start traveling. When they ask for a photo, what do I show? That's the pose that I know. You can do it so. Explore different cultures. When they ask for a picture, what do I do? That's the pose that we do. You can do it too. Just come true. Explore different cultures. Learn something new. Picturesque photos. Lifestyle loco. Crazy adventures. Jungles. Oh no. Food taste top notch. Parties non-stop. Learn from locals. Cruise in a drop top. Blessings where count.
Yo, what's going on? It's your boy Zim Obi, aka Zilla Vale, aka Mr. Young Crouch Travels himself, aka Anyway. We've got a very, very special guest today with me. We have the one and only Blackman Da Traveller. What's going on, bro? You good?
What's going on, brother, man?
Good,
You good?
yeah?
I'm good.
Very, very excited to have you here. I've been following like your content for a long time now, and it's very inspirational. But we're gonna get into that. So before we get into that, what I like to do is a little icebreaker, with my guests. So I know you're a travelled guy, yeah. So just a little test. In 10 seconds,
Okay.
How many different languages
Yeah.
can you say thank you in?
Thank you. 10 seconds, yeah?
Yeah. I'm going to count on my fingers, yeah. Go.
Kamsahamnida. Gracias. Obrigado. Nyanziza. Thank you. Sheshe. That's it.
You got a 6.
I think 6, yeah.
That's a record, you know?
Yeah,
That's a record still.
You put me in the spot, man. I was like,
What, you thought I was going to tell you beforehand that it doesn't work like that. That's cheating. So that's a record. Like, Sheshe, that's Mandarin.
That's Chinese, yeah.
Kamsidai.
Kamsahamnida is a Korean.
Okay.
Yeah.
We were discussing beforehand, so I know that one.
Yeah.
What else did you say?
Nyanziza, that's in my mum's language in Luganda.
Lugandan, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I've learned that. Thank you. I didn't know that one.
Yeah,
Great stuff. I would do the same, but I don't want to trump you. I don't want to show you up, so I'm gonna leave you to that. But cool, man. All right, second icebreaker.
Yeah.
So we're from London.
Yeah.
One of the lingo we say is peng.
Peng.
So if you were to go up to someone in, let's say, in Uganda, how would you say I'm peng?
I'm peng, yeah. Hey, I'm not gonna lie to you, man. You gotta put me in the spot. You know what it is, yeah? My Luganda is very small, innit?
Thank you.
So, like, I'll be like, we would call females like mama. Mama. It's like mum, you know what I mean? Like in Luganda. So I'll be like, mama uli bulunju. Bulunji means like beautiful, like good.
Yeah.
But my Luganda is a bit small. Anyone that's watching that speaks Luganda, I apologise.
No judgment zone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that's a beautiful word, bulunju.
Yeah. No, balunji.
Balunji.
Yeah,
okay,
balunji,
I like that. Okay,
yeah.
I'm gonna test it out with some of my Ugandan females. Anyway, cool, man. So thank you for coming on this show.
No, thank you for actually letting me come on the show, but I appreciate it.
100%,
Yeah.
So here at Young Crouch Travels, I like to delve into the ethos behind traveling. Like coming from where we come from, like inner city London, being black men, I think that it's not so common for people to try to explore the world. And I saw that in you, like some of your stories are like amazing. So can you take us back to what first got you into traveling? Like why?
Yeah. Why? Okay, so basically I'm born and raised in Newham, East London. And everyone knows this, that I was going through certain personal issues. So I was skipped death numerous amount of times. And then what happened is I went to America in 2014 when I was 21. And then that was like a hard era in Newham, because that's when Newham started to divide between the north and the south, between this postcode wars. So I met my partner just randomly, like on the first day. I was with my cousin, that was a female. And then when I approached my partner, well, she was not my partner at that time, but when I approached her, I said, oh yeah, you're beautiful, blah, 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 blah. She ignored me. And then she said, oh, you with a girl? But that girl I was with was my female cousin. Then my female cousin gave me the green light, gave her the green light, and we started talking. And then I started to travel in that year, 2014, in August, when I was 21. Come back to the UK, I was going through certain personal issues between my life and the road life. I would not say I was a gangbanger, but I was influenced by certain people in my area. At the same time, I was going through personal issues. I was trying to find my way in life. I didn't know what I wanted to do. So I'm saying, so I was lost.
Yeah.
So I was just working a 9 to 5, but I thought I'm more than this. I don't want to just work a 9 to 5. So I moved to Australia with my partner in 2000. And I left the country in 2017. Then I went to Australia. Finally got to Australia in 2018, and that's when it started.
Change your life.
Changed my life.
What, like, how did you decide on Australia? Like, that's very far.
Yeah, so basically like, we had 3 options. It was either Australia, Canada, and New Zealand, because those are the countries that do working visas.
Okay.
That's outside of Europe. So I thought, okay, you know what? I've done some research about Australia. I saw that there is a bit of racism. There is a lot of racism out there. But I thought, you know what? I've got some friends that went there that I worked with. Packed my bags. Said, Mum, I'm going there. My mum laughed at me. She said, why are you going to Australia? Like, it's racist out there. I said, Mum, like, I just want to go for the experience.
Yeah.
So I went, got to Australia, and then one of my friends kept on DMing me. Big up Loretta. She kept on DMing me on Instagram. She's like, start a YouTube channel. I just ignored her. She's like, man, start a YouTube channel. Like, you're the only black person of colour that's living in a farm, picking up snakes, seeing kangaroos, and you come from Newham. So I was like, what? I was like,
It's true.
yeah. So I was like, okay, maybe it's a sign from God, you know. I believe in certain things that's like spiritual. So I looked into YouTube. I must have typed black travel bloggers. A lot of African Americans came up. Then I typed black British travel bloggers. A lot of females, like sisters, came up, but not guys. I thought, you know what, let me get involved. But my nickname was Blackman for like when I was young. So I just added Da Traveller for marketing wise. And then it started over there, bro.
That's amazing, man. Like, because I think what you said is so true. Like, you type in on YouTube or Google, whatever, you don't see black faces really in the travel industry. One person who does inspire me is Jabril, who's done Passport Heavy. And the thing is with him, he does it in such a like excellent way. Like the video quality, it's like a movie. It's like you're watching a film. So even if you're not into traveling like that, like it properly inspires you. And I think that fearlessness, which you talk about picking up snakes, you definitely have, but not being afraid to go somewhere that's completely out your comfort zone. So one thing that I saw from you, I saw on Made You Think actually, where that's how I discovered you. I saw you were traveling and being hitchhiked, like doing a hitchhike thing. I was like, I've never seen anyone from London, full stop, whether they're from the ends or what, like just hitchhiking. And was that in Poland, by the way?
No. I think the one that made you think that, I think that one was probably in that was in Turkey.
Oh, Turkey,
Turkey.
That's it. I think you were going to Istanbul, but you were in.
I was going. I think I was going to Istanbul to Ankara.
Yeah. So, like, what in your right mind made you decide to do that?
See, bro, I didn't even make it to Ankara. You know, I got stuck on the motorway. I was pissed. I'll tell you the story. So basically, I got to Turkey now. And then I had this concept about Turkey. I've been to Turkey before, but as what normal tourists would do. So I went to Istanbul and I was meant to be there for 2 weeks. This was last year during the pandemic. So when I went to Turkey, I thought, okay, let me go to certain cities and film and discover different type of cultures. It's like when you come to the UK, every city's got a different culture. Like when you go to Manchester, we don't understand them. If you go to Liverpool, we don't understand them as well, but they got their own type of culture. So I went to different parts of Turkey. And then I had an indication with my head chef at that moment, because I work in hospitality. I lost my job. So I stayed Turkey for 1 week extra. Then I was going to go all the way from where I was in Ankara, all the way to the Syrian border. So I was actually going to get into Syria and film the Syrian refugees, because I think there's a lot of things that happen in life that we don't understand. And I thought if I can interview certain Syrian refugees and put that on YouTube to show the world that we actually care for certain people that are suffering around the world. But my phone got stolen when I was in the south of Turkey. I left it to charge and then it got stolen. So the hitchhiking thing, I've seen that there's not a lot of people of colour that will go to a foreign country and hitchhike. So I just came up with the concept and then, but I got stuck in the middle of the motorway. I didn't make it to Ankara. So the next day, when you saw me to Ankara, the next day I actually took a public bus to get there. So literally I jumped in 5 different random cars. I remember the second car, the guy looked at me thinking, what is this guy doing? He asked me, have I got coronavirus? I said, no corona. Then he made me put sanitizer on my hands. It was weird. It was weird.
That's the thing. This was in the midst of the pandemic. And I think like that's what's made traveling even harder. One being, I guess, a black man in my country where like it's kind of homogenous. There's not as many black people, but then the fact that there's a pandemic and you're like, people are wary. I commend you even more for that. But has anything, because it doesn't seem like anything will stop you from going anywhere, like pandemic, like is there anything that has like kind of hold you back other than, let's say, the pandemic?
I think the pandemic's the only thing that's holding me back, and maybe just reflecting on life, you know, and just understanding life in a different way. That's the only thing that's actually like holding me back. But apart from that,
okay. So fearlessness is definitely one thing that I've taken from it, and I love that.
I
like,
appreciate it.
Wanna sort of like just talk about where I'm coming from. So like I grew up in Streatham Vale in South London, and I say to like people that know me, you know, that it's in Lambeth, but like I guess more people would know, let's say, Brixton, which is heavily Caribbean, right?
That's right.
But in Streatham Vale, it's so diverse. Like in Streatham Vale, you get like the Polish bistro, you got Brazilian corner shop, you got like South Asian like takeaways, you got Chinese takeaways, you got Nigerian, Somali, like all in one. Like it's so normal to go to school with everyone, and people think London as a whole is like that. It's not necessarily the case, because there's different pockets, and I do love London for it as a whole, because you can go to different parts and be like, rah, this is, you know, it's like I'm in Nigeria kind of thing. And one thing about London is that you can have lived there all your life and still not know everything about it.
That's real talk.
You know, and but I like to go to different places for like random reasons, like book a massage in Barnet just because I've never been Barnet. That type of thing.
Okay,
you know?
I like that, man. You're very spontaneous.
This is it. Yeah, this is it. People question me. I'm like why not? Do you know? But the other thing that kind of inspired me more, other than growing up in Streatham Vale around like different cultures and wanting to know the origin of those cultures, was when I went uni. So I went, my first uni was in it was City, so that's Angel Islington. So a lot of the people were from like East London. So I started to meet a lot of them there, but they were from like Yemen, Tanzania, Ghana, Italy, all of that, and like making contacts with them, I'd want to go back to their country with them after, because it was international students, innit? It wasn't ones born. Some of them were like the ones like from East London, but some of them, a lot of them on the course were from these countries. Like there was one guy from Ghana, like my boy Sharif, and you might see him and think you're just from Ends, like just like a brother from Ends, but he's from Ghana. Like he's actually from Ghana rather than being born in the UK. So I went to visit him out there, kind of thing. And that's the thing. And I think a lot of people, they don't know that there's an opportunity out there to just like feel free. And the thing is, it's a bit, so we have privilege, like whether black or white or whatever race, being from the UK. Like the UK, there's slums, there's like different sorts of wealth, but the fact that you have the British passport, a lot of people don't realise, a lot of the time you don't need a visa to go to a lot of places. and it's privilege is not realising that you don't have to do, you don't have to go beyond.
That's real talk.
Because it's just given to you. And I think I want a lot of people to take from this that it doesn't matter where you're from, like don't be afraid to travel and try to like learn new things. So with you, obviously I've seen like some of your vlogs and stuff. One of the things you're planning to do some hood vlogs.
Yeah, that's right.
And I had a guest on, my boy from school. He was like, oh, you're gonna interview Blackman Da Traveller. Like, tell him don't go to Chicago. He said, tell him.
I'm getting Chicago just because you said that. But I don't want to get killed in Chicago.
But I think you obviously you're smart, and it's about being diligent and respectful wherever you go.
That's
like
right.
in a new surrounding, don't be mad flashy. Don't you know? Like you know better than me. But like what is your plan? Like where do you intend to go?
So basically, I started watching. So when I was in Australia, I left Australia last year, January, and then the traveling stuff actually started to get more interesting. So my visa finished. I stayed there for 2 years, 2018 to the beginning of 2020 last year. The pandemic hit. Then I got a third year, and then my partner started to travel Southeast Asia with her sister. And I thought, you know what? I'm not being rude to her or females, but when you're with your partner and her sister, when you travel, you can't really enjoy it because you're limited. It's like 3 people have to agree to do certain things. So I said, you know what? Do your thing. I'm going to be in this country. But basically, all of us were in the same country together. My partner and her sister were in the same country. I was in the same country, but They done their thing, I done my thing. So I done Vietnam, went to Vietnam. I discovered a dog market in Vietnam. I don't know if you've seen it on YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube.
It was mad, bro. I got to Vietnam. They're killing dogs. They're eating dog meat. They're eating the tongue, the head, the heart. I said, this is mad. But I filmed it, not to disrespect them, but just to show people what's happening. But at the same time, when you travel, you're embracing other people's cultures around you. So you need to respect other people's cultures. So I said, you know what? It's their culture. I'm not going to eat the food, but it's their culture. After Vietnam, I went to Thailand. That was crazy.
Thailand, yeah, I've been as well.
If you're single, go Thailand. If you're not single, don't go Thailand.
Black men don't cheat.
Bro, listen, babes, I love you, innit? That's what I got to say. But black men don't cheat. That's right. So I went to Thailand, and then my partner went to the south and the north. But I stayed in Bangkok for a reason, because I know it's a tourist trap. I don't like tourist places. I stayed in Bangkok because I wanted to discover Bangkok for itself, instead of going to the islands and Chiang Mai. Then from Thailand, I went to a country called Myanmar, called Burma.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people have heard of it. Some people have, but they don't receive a lot of tourists. So I thought, you know what, forget this. Instead of doing the Cambodia, the Laos, I'm going to Myanmar. Went to Myanmar. I went to the north, to the south. I went to all different parts of the country. I was trying to go to the Bangladesh border, but they got a war going on. So when I went to Myanmar, I discovered that black people don't go there, or people of colour don't go there. So as soon as I got to the airport, people taking pictures with me. Then I got to the city, even the police are taking pictures with me. Then I started to understand it's every culture has their own differences. Yeah. So I thought, okay, cool. Then I watched this guy on YouTube called Hood Vlogs. He kept on coming up on my feed. This guy Hood Vlogs is a Russian brother, but he lives in California, and he goes to all the notorious hoods around America. But he slyly gets the green card, or like he gets the hood pass or whatever. But he interviews people the way we're interviewing right now. So I thought, wow, this guy's doing a lot of stuff and he's making a lot of money. And he's got people like China Mac, he interviewed a couple of days ago. He's getting people from Philly, like Mick Mill's people, he's interviewing them. So I thought, hold on a minute, there's no one in the UK from England that's going to all the ghettos in London or all the ghettos in the UK and interviewing, let's say from Streatham, I don't know, like maybe Young Teflon, our dad's from Brixton, Jay House from my area in Stratford. You know what I mean? No one's interviewing his people, T and Wayne from Edmonton. So cool, I must have DM'd him. He ignored my DM. Then I must have sent him a message on one of his posts. I said, look, guy, brother, I'm a guy from London. I do this, I do that. Just look into my stuff. Then he read my DM after he saw my post. Then he kept on watching my stories. He liked some of my things. Then he replied back. He said, when you come to America, we're going to network. I like what you're doing. Then he followed me back on Instagram. And then we exchanged a couple ideas. He said, look, cool. He said, all right, cool. When you come to LA, I'm going to take you to Watts. Watts is an area in some part of Compton.
Okay.
And then he's going to take me to the Rolling 60s where Nipsey Hussle's from. Yeah. Then he's going to take me to other areas around LA. Then he gave me some connects in New York, in Flatbush, in Bronx, in Harlem, in Brooklyn. That's mad. But what I want to do, I want to interview certain rappers that don't have a fan base in the UK, but they've got a big fan base in America. Yeah. So at the same time, it's a win-win. It's a win for me because I get their audience. Yeah. I grow in America. They get an audience over here, they grow over here. And I think there's a lot of untold stories of people that live in deprived areas around America that we have not heard of and we can also relate to. Maybe single mothers out there, single mothers here, guys that don't have the fathers over here, don't have the fathers over there. And there's certain people that are still stuck on this postcode mentality. When you go to America, they will probably give us certain messages that will inspire us to not be part of gang culture. So that's one of the main reasons why I want to do Hood Vlogs as well.
Oh no, that's it, man. Now, do you know, have you been to LA or New York?
I've been to LA and I've been to Miami, but I've never been to New York.
New York, okay. Yeah. Because one thing that I hear about New York is that it's like a bigger London. Like, not in terms of land, but like just everything they do is like, our medium size and their medium size ain't the same. Like their medium size like our extra large kind of thing. Everything is just big. But in terms of like skyrise buildings, like inner city, like there's a whole swag about it, like being like the main city in the country kind of thing. Whereas LA is more laid back. Like they don't have the metro system in a way that New York and London has the underground. Like obviously it's hotter as well. So one thing that like you see when you go to the hood there is like it's not projects, it's not like skyrise buildings in general, it's like just houses, like derelict houses,
massive houses,
and you see it in movies, but there's nothing like going there and seeing it in person for yourself. Right. So I definitely look forward to them hood vlogs.
I appreciate it, man.
other thing, just back to Southeast Asia as well, because I went to Thailand as well.
Okay.
I went to I think it was Koh San Road on
Bangkok,
Bangkok.
that's mad.
And I was there because basically
If anyone knows Kansan Road in Bangkok, I'm not gonna say too
the
much.
strip, the strip.
But if you think Shoreditch is popping, bruv, forget England, bro.
It's wild. It's wild.
Go there.
So me, I like I love solo travel. I think you even mentioned the fact that like if you're with someone, you kind of like have to agree on something. Whereas if you're by yourself, it don't matter. Like I like walking. I like to just go for long strolls and take in my surroundings. So I can do that. So anyway, I went to Bangkok by myself, or Thailand by myself. My old next door neighbors who like family, literally like family to me, they moved out there because their parents got a teacher job. Stayed with them for the night and then went on a tour with random group. And one thing in common was that like everyone there was either three countries or 4 countries: British, French, American, or German.
Wow.
Like it's the common theme.
Yeah.
But I was the only black person.
Yeah.
I was the only one from ends.
Yeah.
But like the mentality doesn't change with me. I'm adaptable. I love to meet different sorts of people.
Yeah. You're open. You're open
Very,
minded.
very open. And I love that in that, obviously I talked about the privilege. I think, UK has a big economy and stuff like that. So it makes sense that those are the countries that will be there. But people from Scotland, like random parts of Manchester, like very different backgrounds, like there's so much you find in common with them once you're traveling, like, and it just opens your mind to something completely new. Like I got a phrase, I say, you're from a different country but you're from the same world. So like obviously you get some pricks, you get some people who are just but some people, especially the people who travel, like they have the same mind frame as you, like the same respect, same way of doing things, kind of thing. But yeah, so we went out in Koh San Road, and I went to the bar. Yeah. I was drinking something, and there was these 2 like Thai girls. Yeah.
Were they girls?
Yeah, they were girls.
Make sure they were girls.
Yeah.
I know about Thailand, bruv. I've been approached by. I'm not discriminating anyone, but Thailand is a mad place. But let him continue.
That's the thing. Like it's interesting. They've got pronouns for like 3 different genders, which is it's in the language, which is like progressive. But in that club there were 2 girls. And
which club did you go to?
I don't know the name, bro.
Sugar. Because I went to one called Sugar.
Your memories. It might have been Sugar, Because
it's the only one that plays hip hop in Bangkok. It's
yeah. Okay, probably.
Yeah.
They just got their phones out, just taking pictures. And the thing is, they were smiling while doing it. Oh. No, hi, or if they couldn't speak English, just boom. And I was like, I just laughed because I'd heard about this before. Like, I'd heard like when you go to Asia, like even as a white person, like it's just so homogenous that it's like one type of people, and they're just like, right, maybe you're a celebrity or whatnot.
They're fascinated.
It's bad, but I like these things don't get to me. I can understand other people being annoyed, but it was just funny. Overall, the holiday was wicked. I don't want to paint it in that way. Another experience was I was in I think Koh Tao, one of the other islands, and the people that I was on tour with, as I said, they were all white. But this is what I mean by the mentality is just they're just open and they're aware. So there was this boy actually, 8 years old or something, trying to sell some stuff to us. He was Thai, so they're darker skinned Asians, they're darker than Japanese people. So he was darker than, there was one mixed race girl on our tour, and he was darker than her. It's interesting. He came to me to try and sell the thing, and then he was like, "Hey, Malteser," he was calling me to me, he was saying Malteser, and in my head I was like, "Rah, it's not even you're light like that to be saying Malteser, And then he was like, Barack Obama. I was like, he's mixed shade, we're not the same skin tone, but all of the people on the table, in my tour group, they were like, no, don't do that. I was like, I don't even know these, I just met them on tour like that. But they were like, nah, that's probably making you feel uncomfortable kind of thing. I didn't ask them to step in. Obviously he was a young boy and stuff, but they were just nip it in the bud, otherwise he's gonna grow up thinking like that. So one thing I realized is that when you travel and meet people who travel, or just meet people along your journey, a lot of them are cool people, and that's one thing I love traveling. So You mentioned in the conversation we had earlier,
Yeah.
you met your partner, was it in Argentina?
No, I met in Miami.
Oh, in Miami,
Yeah,
okay.
but she's from Argentina, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So, I wanted to ask if you've been to like South America.
I've been to Argentina. Oh man, I've been there like more than 7 times.
More than 7 times.
But it's mad, man. I'm telling you,
What?
Random, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyone that's single, I'm not discriminating anyone that lives in this country, yeah. If you get yourself a Latin girl,
We said different levels. There's levels to this.
make sure you're on point. That's what I got to say. Because these Latin girls, yeah. But I'll tell you one thing, yeah. A lot of Latin people, they got a lot of similarities within our culture, within the black culture. Especially the Latins that live in North South America. I'm talking about Venezuela, Colombia, Ecuador, Brazil. Because there's a lot of Afro-Latinos over there.
Yeah.
Argentina's a bit different. Argentina has got a lot of... It's a Spanish-speaking country. It was colonized by Spain, but during the World War I and World War II, a lot of German Nazis went there. A lot of Italians went there, and French. That's why they call Buenos Aires the Paris of Latin America, because the infrastructure. Some parts you think are in London, some parts you think are in Rome or whatever.
Yeah.
So in Argentina, there's a lot of that. There is a lot of racism in Argentina. I'll say it straight away. I've suffered racism in Argentina. I'll tell you a story. I was with her, and then we went to like an area that's equivalent to, let's just say, maybe like a Mayfair of Buenos Aires. So we went to some random restaurant. I just dressed like this, normal. I don't care. She dressed how she dressed, whatever. We walked in the restaurant, and then she was on the phone. She was talking to someone, like one of her friends or family members. So I've walked in. The waiter did not acknowledge me, but he seen me. But I'm a 6'2" black guy. I'm the only probably black guy in that area.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I walked in there. He looked at me, he put his head down. Then he's acknowledged my partner. He's gave her the menu. So she sat down, she's reading the menu, but she's on the phone at the same time. So I've sat down, he did not give me the menu at all. The sad thing about Argentina, there's a lot of black people that come from West Africa, from Senegal, the ones that you see in Barcelona and Madrid, selling selfie sticks and that. So with me, I'm a type of person, I don't ignore my people. Every black person I see in any country where we are not known to be there, I'll say hello to them. I don't care what I'm doing. I'll approach all of them and I'll be like, hello, what's going on? I'll spud them to make sure people can see that I'm embracing my brother. I'll never forget my culture. So I've seen a lot of black people in Buenos Aires. I hug them, I talk to them. A lot of them, there's a bit of language barrier, whatever. But they're like, a lot of them are like, rah, you're very different to the other black African Americans that come here. They don't really acknowledge us. I'm like, bro, we're all the same. You know what I mean? I can relate to you. Maybe not just because you're selling stuff in the street, but we all come from the same struggles. So anyway, this guy, he still ignored me. Then he started speaking Spanish, but he doesn't know that I understand Spanish. You know what I mean? So he's talking in Spanish. I'm like, oh, you're saying that? Okay, cool. So he's saying in Spanish, oh, look at this black guy. What is he doing here? Because he must have thought I was those Senegalese people selling stuff. Like I said to you, I was just normal. So he's come towards me. He's like, oh, ¿qué pasa, amigo? I just ignored him. He said, hey, ¿qué pasa? Like, go. Like, what happened? I said, can I get the menu, please? Then he's just like, he froze. He's like, ¿cómo? ¿Cómo is like what in Spanish? I was like, can I get the menu, please? Like, por favor, menu. He said, habla inglés. Like, you speak English? I said, yeah, but like, I'm born in London. Oh, lo siento. Sorry, in Spanish. Got the menu straight away.
Mad.
That was the first racism that I had in Latin America.
Yeah.
Then there was another time I'm walking with her, some in Buenos Aires. I had an altercation with the police officers. So I'm cycling with her. We've left the bikes, and then we've gone to get something for one of her family members or something like that. Then the police must have looked at me in a weird way, and then they started talking in Spanish. So I approached them. I said to them, hey, what's up? And they were like, oh, F off, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, can I swear? Ish. All right, cool. So I was like, go F whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then that was another altercation I had. And then there was one time someone called me Negro.
Yeah.
I was cycling. There was 2 Argentinian guys. I was like, oh, Negro. I turned around. I said, bruv, he ain't talking to me. He's like, hey, Negro. Bro, I've jumped on my pedal. I've cycled towards and put the pedal back down. Had my side bag, put my phone in my side bag. I said, brother, if there's a problem, we're going to fight right now. Because they must have thought they treat all the black people like that, and then they're not going to retaliate. So I've gone towards him. I'm talking to him in Spanish and in English. Let him know that I understand your language and that I'm a tourist. I don't mind getting nicked in your country. So then they lowered the guard down. My partner came, and then that was the only 3 altercations, racism, that I had in South America.
Yeah.
But overall, it's a beautiful country,
Positive,
bro.
yeah.
Beautiful, bro.
Yeah, no, yeah, it's definitely good to like highlight positives. Like,
Yeah.
it's good to be real, like about what can happen,
Yeah,
you know. And it's interesting. Just a little segue because you mentioned like once you realised you were from England, you speak English, that like you were treated differently.
But
yeah,
I don't understand why.
And he would probably argue that, oh no, I'm not racist. He'll probably say that.
But deep down, he knows.
He knows
his
and,
basis.
you know. But it's interesting because I remember I went to Kenya, and
You've been to a lot of places, but you should start a travel YouTube
my-
channel, bro. This guy's gonna take my job, man.
But I think I do pictures. That's the thing.
Okay.
So, but yeah, recording this sort of thing, and I think it's definitely good to see like more black faces.
Yeah.
Just especially from London as well, because as you said, you see some in America. But like in the UK, like not really. So it's good to have more. But yeah, I went to Kenya because like my godbrother, he was living out there for a bit, like with work. So I saw me and my friends, we went to see him for his birthday. Yeah. Anyway, went on a tour. Went around like the main square, like they got a statue there. Yeah. And basically like you have to book in advance. Yeah. But it's not strict like that. You can walk in. So I just walked in, had my camera and that, yeah. And then like all of a sudden, like, I think like 5 minutes later, like some feds just started coming. They were just walking towards behind us, yeah, with like big guns, like big guns. Yeah. And when I say like I'm calm. I'm a calm guy. Like in every situation, yeah. Internally, bro, I was sweating because he was like, you can't have your camera there. I was like, oh yeah, I'll be done really quickly. Yeah. And then he said, okay. Came back like 2 minutes later, yeah. But when I say like the square, you have to go like round this way, or you can go around this way, yeah. So what I tried to do was like do a loop, yeah. So when I did that loop, I thought he was gonna come this way, but he came this way to meet me on the other side. Yeah. And it was me and my like friends, yeah. And he was just like, oh, where are you from? Yeah. I was like, oh, I'm from the UK. Like I was trying to, you know, use the passport thing. Because you know, that would get me out, yeah. Similar to like when that guy found out you're British, like the different treatment. I thought different treatment.
Green light, yeah.
Nah. He just started like hitting his hand with a gun.
Oh.
Yeah, but in a smiley way. Yeah. Like he's doing me a favor by saying, give me some money and so
brother, welcome to Africa.
You get it. So yeah, just know the land that you're on wherever you are. Like just know the land you're on. Be respectful because obviously you can, you know, some people might wild out or some people just panic. Like don't do either. Just like, and the thing is, I was like, I don't have cash on me. Can I go cash machine? He was like, no. He was like, no. He said no. And then I had my friends with me. You know, I did have cash, but he just wasn't falling for it. Yeah. And my friends, I had to get them to give me like I think 10 Kenyan shillings or something like that. Like in the grand scheme of things, it wasn't mad. But it's just, you know, like I was G-checked. I was G-checked, man. But anyway, on South America as well, like so one thing I went to Peru as well. Okay. And that is like the food, they're known for their like gastronomy, their food and stuff like that.
Did you go Lima?
Lima, yeah. And in the Machu Picchu.
Okay, Machu Picchu, yeah.
I recommend anyone who hasn't been to go there. But have you been to Brazil? Did you say
I've been to Brazil? Yeah, I've been to Rio. Yeah.
Out of all the like South American places you've been to, food wise, like which one's number one? Like,
I've only been to two, innit?
Oh, Argentina.
Because Chile, but I was transiting. That's not.
Okay, she didn't stop.
But Argentina, bro. Food, Argentina, bro. Like the steakhouse, like they have this barbecue grill. I can't eat pork because I'm Muslim, but obviously apart from the pork side, but the food there, bro, it's just amazing. The dulce de leche is like an Argentinian type of ice cream or like sweetness, whatever they call it.
I know, yeah.
Try that, bro. They got some, you know what some like samosas are, like those what the Indians cook. So they got something called empanadas. It's similar to samosas, but it's just long and thick, like Jamaican patties, for example. Yeah. They put a lot of different type of spices or meat. And then Brazil, when I was in Brazil, Brazil's got good beef. But the only thing I love about Brazil, food-wise, is the fruit called acai. So acai is like berries. It's like frozen berries, and you can have it with like granola or banana. That's one of the favorite things that I love about Brazil.
How's this? Is this AC?
Yeah, so it's ACAI.
Okay,
That's
I've seen it written, but I've never heard it. Okay,
Try that, bro. Try that. You can buy it in some places in London, in some Brazilian places.
That's one thing I do love about London. Like obviously, it's diverse, so you get
multiculturalness,
food and music as well.
Yeah.
So with well, actually, before we go into music, like. Those I haven't been to Brazil. I really want to go.
Go, bro.
I want to go.
Be careful. I'll tell you a story. I'm stupid. So basically, I went to Brazil. It's in 2016. This is when I started YouTube.
Okay.
I had a little GoPro here before. I remember precisely the way Rio's designed. You got nice neighborhoods, and you got favelas around it. Yeah. So every single nice neighborhood is a favela around it. So in certain favelas in Rio, they call it pacification. So this was this was after the World Cup, when Brazil hosted the World Cup. There's a lot of pacification. So certain places in Rio, there's military, but they're there to protect the tourists. Because so like you got Copacabana as like one beach, and you got Ipanema, then you got other areas. The favelas are very close to these touristic areas. So everyone knows that tourism is a big factor in the Brazilian economy. So I thought, okay, cool, let me go to one favela. My partner's like, are you mad? I said, no, like, I'm gonna try. So I'm a black guy, got my GoPro, but with me, whenever I travel, I dress like a local. Because in Brazil, you see, if you got that watch and a nice little chain, brother, kalas.
Gone.
You better wear your sandals and your slippers. Because I've seen people get robbed in Rio. So basically, I'll tell you the first story. So I was in Rio, we was on the beach, and then me and my partner were just chilling. And then we just she was getting a time, whatever. And I saw a family get robbed in broad daylight. So there was this, a family of 4, mum and dad, son and daughter, English or probably white, I don't know, American, whatever. So they left their valuables under one towel. I saw the whole thing. So they've left the valuable under the whole towel. So mum and dad and daughter's gone out to the pool and swimming. The son's the last one. So the son's putting his wallet, his camera, everything underneath. I've looked at my partner. I said to her, they're going to get robbed. She said, no. I was like, babe, like, who does that? So once they've gone out, mum and dad and wife are in the beach already. The son's just about approaching them, joining the party. 2 Brazilian brothers come, they take out the thing, they're taking everything, yak, but they're walking. They're not running. They're walking and they're bopping. So when they're walking and bopping, I'm like, hey, so I've jumped up. My partner's grabbed my hand. She said, sit down. I'm like, babe, they just got, she said, Amir, this is Latin America. Sit down. Whoa. See me, You know when a woman tells you something and you listen? I had to listen. Brother, the way I sat down straight away. I looked around me left and right. People saw what I saw, but no one spoke. Then after that, I saw people fighting out. Then the sons realized he's running back. He's like, thief, brother. No one's helping him. Even the tourists are just stood there. Rio is mad. So anyway, got back to the other time. I tried to get into one favela. I've walked in the favela. My partners stayed outside the favela. I walked past the police. They've looked at me. They're just smiling. They're probably thinking this guy's stupid, because I was saying, hey, obrigado, like with an English accent. They're like, yeah, go. So I walked up the favela now. So certain favelas, you got to walk all the way up. I've gone on the way up now. I've gone up the stairs. I can see my partner. She's waving at me. She's like, yeah, have fun, go. So I've gone up the favela. As soon as I've gone in, I put on the GoPro and I slapped it on. I'm like, guys, man's in the favela. But when I've gone in the favela, everyone's looked at me. So I remember there's like 4 or 5 guys had cigarettes and they were like this, like slowly. I was like, obrigado, tudo bem, like in Portuguese, obrigado, thank you, tudo bem, like, is everything okay? No one responded. So I'm like, I'm pissed. So I thought, cool, I've gone deep in the favela now. I turn around, I can just see the exit, but I'm like, cool. I'm like, hey, hello, anyone want to talk for YouTube? No one's talking. And then I just see like little street kids, no top shorts on. I'm thinking, oh yeah, man, it's a bit dangerous. And one guy said, where you from? I'm like, London. London. I'm like, oh shit. So I was like,
English thing.
No, but obviously like small. So he's like, he probably thinking money. I thought, I'm like, obrigado, bro. I literally turned around, I ran down the stairs because I felt
it,
like, you know when you feel something.
That sense, yeah.
That was the only time I've been inside a favela or a slum. But Brazil overall is a beautiful country. But if you're single, go Brazil, bro.
Yeah.
Telling you, man.
You know what's mad, yeah? Like
Telling you.
I had an Uber driver like in London, yeah. I had one of the best conversations ever. Like we're cool now, like. And he's got a podcast, yeah. Collider Spoke.
Big him up.
Yeah, big up him. And I had a chat with him. basically in that Uber drive,
Yeah.
because we were talking about Latin America.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
'cause
yeah.
He's been Colombia, he's been like.
Oh,
Africa.
that's another dangerous country.
And
Colombia.
he said, like, bruv, if you're single, go. If you're
go.
not, because you come back, and you just look at like women different. But you know what? Yeah, I wonder, have you? Because he's told me about Barranquilla, which is the carnival out there, like massive, like. But because we're British, right? So a lot of our carnival knowledge is anglophone. So you know about Trinidad carnival, Jamaica, all of that. Obviously, Notting Hill is massive in Europe,
right.
yeah. But like Rio. Different, but that's Lusophone. That's Portuguese. Like everyone knows that. Like, Spanish, like speaking in Colombia, like that. And it changed your life.
Oh, that carnival. I went Rio for the carnival in February.
Yeah.
But I had to have sunglasses on for half of my journey. I was there for 2 weeks. I don't care if my partner's watching this, but she knows this. Yeah. I had my sunglasses on for 2 weeks. When I was in the beach in Copacabana and Ipanema, I don't wear sunglasses. I don't care about sunglasses. Yeah. I bought sunglasses because I know it's dangerous. There was one moment I sat down, my partner looked at me, she's like, hold on, he's like, Mia, you don't wear sunglasses. I was like, yeah, I do, mi amor, I do. Bro, I was looking at some random things, The way she hit me, she hit my head, she was like, pay attention. I was like, man, Brazil's mad.
Yeah, it's different.
If you're single, book a ticket, go Colombia. I've never been Colombia, but go Colombia, go Argentina, go Brazil. Come back here and tell me what I did it. Telling you.
Do you know what's bad? Like, so this is I went Ghana in 2019, so that was the last place before, well, like one of the last places before the pandemic hit.
Yeah. And
I remember, like, it was just like my last couple of days,
Yeah.
And I was like, I need a Ghanaian babes, So I was
big up the Ghanaians, man.
Yeah, big up them. Like, it's weird. I'm Nigerian, and we got a lot of rivalry.
Yeah.
I like Ghanaian. They're beautiful. Anyway, my friend who was there, he was like, he's from Benin, so next door, and he was telling me like, oh yeah, there's a girl there. Like, so I hollered her on Instagram.
Yeah.
And she's from Guinea. She's not from, but she was living in Ghana at the time. And basically, I needed to go out. Like, it was New Year's. I didn't want to be by myself at home. And then like she responded, but I didn't know she was gonna respond before. So I went to this place, for the New Year's countdown. And then she said, oh yeah, I'll come. And when she sent me her location, it was in the sticks, bro. Like it was as in imagine the M25. Like, it was out, So I was just like, her profile picture was looking nice, dude.
Oh, man.
I was like, her profile picture
everyone's been through, and listen, man, keep it real. Everyone's been through the situations. Let's be real out here.
I'll be real, And then in the end, I was like, bro, this is a country I've never been to, my signal is gone, like my battery. I had battery, to be fair.
Did you go? You're not going?
I went, man. I went, bro. Like,
wow.
Anyway, let me cut to it. The Uber driver, bless him, I had to give him a tip because I was like in the village, He was waiting with me,
Wow.
We went down the streets, the lights weren't there,
Wow.
And then like I think it was like 20 minutes because the signal was, you know what I'm saying, like. But in the end, she arrived, and she was looking good. So I was like, okay, it was worth it.
Yeah.
But then, I was like, okay, now we need to go back to the club.
Yeah.
We come out, like we were trying to. It was easy to get into the village. To come out, there was a ditch.
Oh.
And this road that we were on, it wasn't really a road. It was like, it was just like a little alleyway.
Yeah.
It was so narrow.
Yeah.
The driver was like, I can't fit through. And but the thing is, we were in a dip. So he couldn't reverse.
Oh,
he couldn't reverse. So he was just like inshallah. He was just like, I have to go forwards.
Yeah.
The drop like was mad, and I was just like, before this, like I called my dad before New Year saying I love him, like at least, But I was like, raw, like for girl, is it worth it? Is it worth it? But in the end, it was okay. Like like she's wonderful girl, like and we had a good time overall. But when you say like in South America is dangerous, it's a universal thing. But because of that lesson there, I think I'm gonna like probably listen to you and say like, nah, I'll be careful. I'll be careful. Anyway, I want to touch on music, just quickly, like as a final sort of topic. So one thing that attracts me to go to another place is music. Like, I love music. French is a language that I've been like learning all my life, kind of thing.
Okay.
Fortunately, and
you speak French?
Like intermediate, midi. So like with this hand incident, like I had an operation and I
Sorry about
was forced to speak to the doctors in
Yeah.
Franglish, like in between.
Yeah.
I didn't know how to
That's in
speak so much.
Franglish. Half English, half French.
Yeah, basically.
Those who don't know, yeah.
He's also a French artist as well. Still,
Yeah, I know.
but,
Big him up, big him up.
Yeah. But like Afro trap was one of the things that I discovered, which was by a guy called MHD.
Yeah, MHD, yeah.
Yeah. So when I saw him headline a show in London like 3 years ago, and like I met up with him, and I was like, this is the first time I've seen a francophone artist headline something in an anglophone country, because music is, let's be real, it's dominated by English speaking, whether it be America or people from the UK. So I was like, sick. The same way that Americans kind of have a mentality that it's like just British rap. I didn't want to have that with French, and so I was so happy with what he was doing. And then I started seeing a wave and wave and wave. And one thing I love about France, like Paris specifically, it feels like I always say this to my friends, it feels like a parallel universe to London, but they speak French. That's the only difference.
It is.
Like after school, you see man in the chicken shops. You see like the way that the girls and boys schools like would meet up, and
the similarities
like even the hoods and like the the Champs-Elysees and Oxford Street is so similar. So I was like, let me just try to learn the language and immerse myself and like listen to the music like that. Another like genre that I love is funk. So when the Brazilian funk. So when you mention like Rio and Congo, like samba and stuff like that, I live for that, man. Like, do you get inspired by like different music when you're in different places? Like,
no, I do. Like, for example, like the French thing. First of all, big up MHD. Happy that man came out of jail, because he came out of jail recently. I actually fell in love with MHD when I was in Australia, because I started to live with a lot of French brothers, and they introduced me to Afro trap. So MHD, Key Black, Nazar, so big. I think what they're doing, especially for the black community, they're doing a lot of stuff, and I think they're empowering their people to grow. And I think us as black people, we need to embrace Afro swing or Afro French music, because it's not as common over here as it is, unless you come from a French African speaking country like Cote d'Ivoire or Mali or Congo. You know what I mean? Senegal. But when it comes to music traveling, I love French hip hop or French Afro swing, whatever they want to call it. I love Latin music because my partner embraced me to like let's just say Brazilian funk, Colombian music, Cuban jazz. I really love that type of stuff. And I think, bachata. I don't like bachata. It's boring. It's boring. But overall, I do love Latin music. But one thing I do when I travel, outside of music, any country I go to, I try to learn the basic words in their language. The reason why I do that, let's say for example, I go to Nigeria. Nigeria is made up of maybe more than 50 tribes, but I know the two biggest tribes are Igbos or Yoruba
and Hausa.
And Hausa. So I'll try. So let's say if I go to a Yoruba state or an Igbo state or Ansa state, I'll try to learn their basic words. The reason why I do that, it shows one thing: respect. 100%. I'm showing respect, and I'm not trying to use my English to show that I'm privileged. So when I go to Argentina, I try to speak Spanish. For example, I'm going to India in a couple of months. I'm gonna try to learn Hindi. A black man speaking Hindi, that's very weird. It's very rare, you know what I mean?
Very rare.
But the Indian's gonna be like, wow, this guy's showing a bit of respect. So when I travel, I try to learn the basic words, the basic language. Come back to India, I will be going to India in March next year after I finish filming it in America. The reason why I'm going to India is I discovered an African tribe called the Sahidis.
Yep.
Yeah. So I didn't really know about them, not until I saw one black travel blogger that comes from Cote d'Ivoire. He went to India and he interviewed these people. And I thought, no, this guy's like, what is this? Like, this is history. Like, it's our culture. So when he interviewed them people, I discovered there's an African tribe called the Sahidis that reside from East Africa. And they live in two parts of the world, in Pakistan and India. That's why I'm going to Pakistan as well, to film them. So I want to go there and film them. And I know that India is based on colorism. The darker you are, they look down on you. The lighter you are, they look up on you. So I want to go to India and I want to film this African tribe, and I want to stay in their village and show the African community over here that go to India, meet other African people that's living abroad, or let's just say people of color in general. So that's one of the main reasons why I want to go to India and discover certain tribes in the Himalayas and Pakistan as well. So I want to do that.
Just on, because I always like to see the positives as well.
Yeah.
And I love your openness.
Thank you.
You already
Thank
know.
you.
One of my boys, he went there, I think, for work, and he was telling me on another episode that like he was in a club and he stood out. Like he was he's
in India,
you're
definitely gonna stand out.
Yeah, but the music, like in the club, they're playing like hip hop. They're playing We'll play here, but like I had a Indian childminder when I was growing up, and like hearing Bhangra music, like that it's almost second nature to me.
The drums and that.
The drums, you feel it. So that's something. Like, is that something that you
I listen to Indian music. I don't mind. See me, I'm open. But as long as I respect you, you respect me, we're gonna have no problem.
That's it, man.
That's the most important thing.
100%. Last thing as well. Film.
Yeah.
Film is something that. I'm going to Senegal next. In December, by the way.
A lot of history in Senegal, bro.
Like, just this is something I want to advertise before I go, because I want people to know about the African Renaissance. And like, there's tons of things which I think us as, I guess, being in the UK, a lot of countries that we go to will be like Nigeria, Jamaica, Ghana, Uganda, Anglophone things. Right? But Senegal, like, and Gambia, there's a lot to do there. Like there's Kunta Kinte Island in Gambia, like it's a real place. There's a pink lake in Senegal, Lac Retba. But yeah, I just want to advertise that because I'm gonna be like exploring that, and I want people to not be afraid of the language barrier kind of thing. But anyway, in terms of film, City of Gods is one of my favorite films ever. I've only watched it twice as well.
Brazilian,
the Brazilian thing. I watched,
it's real, you know.
It's
that
real.
Happens.
So that and another film called The Art of Travel.
Art of Travel.
This is it's an I love independent films. So I recommend you watch that one. So that one, it kind of basically like let me start traveling. It made me start traveling because before 2015, let's say, I love different cultures. I grew up on like I watched like anime. I grew up on like Japanese culture. I like obviously French culture, Italian culture, like Brazilian, whatnot. And then I saw this movie by accident, like completely, and it's a guy traveling through like the Amazon and everything, but completely randomly. Like he was about to get married. Don't want to like spoil too much. Anyway, instead of the like whole honeymoon, he just did a whole different tour route, and he didn't even like go back to uni, which he was gonna do, and like it just opened my mind to how much out there in life there is. You can watch it on YouTube, by the way, like it's there.
The Art to Travel,
The Art of Travel.
Okay, Art of Travel.
I recommend you lot watch it. So that definitely inspired me, and I recommend those two films. You know, City of God has a lot of messages. It's not exactly a travel film, but in terms of like
hidden messages.
Hidden messages, like, and how Brazil's developed over, like, especially with the favelas and stuff, over like decades and stuff. Like, if you're trying to get into travel or like culture, definitely watch those two. So before we wrap it up, thank you very much for coming.
Thank you, man.
I like to sort of leave my guests with a quote or some sort of ethos, which represents why we're into travel or why they should. So one of the things that I like to think is that you have to get lost to find yourself. Like I live by that. You have to get lost to find yourself. Don't be afraid of new things. Just try new things, like, because you know you don't know if you don't try.
I like that.
Yeah,
I like that, man.
Have you got any quotes, or not even a quote, just something that you live by? Like that.
I just want to say one thing. Big up yourself for actually traveling to countries that people of color wouldn't go to. You've come out of your comfort zone, so there's a lot of similarities that we can relate to. Put aside our skin color, but there's a lot of things that we can relate to as humans. So first of all, big up yourself, and I think you are a person that is very humble. You know, it's the first time I met you. You go to a podcast interview, I judge people by their energy, not by their body language, by their energy. And I think you're clued on. When you spoke about Senegal, that brought a lot of things to my head, because Senegal's got a lot of history within our culture. A lot of people don't know that. So for you to go back and probably trace some parts of your culture in a different part of Africa, that gives me more respect towards you as well, because you're coming out of your comfort zone.
Appreciate that, man.
You said that you want to learn French. You're learning another language that's not our native tongue. So I respect that more as well, and I wish you success in your platform. Deep down, I'm not saying this for the camera, but I'm saying this just above to brother. Any words that I would say, I don't really have any slogan or quote, but I believe in 2 words. and that's time and consistency. I've said this in a lot of podcasts. I believe in time and consistency. Use the time wisely that God gave you. This time that we have right now, we can do this podcast thing again. It's not going to be the same as it is. Use the time wisely that you have and make the most of it, because you're never going to get it back. Be consistent in whatever you're doing. If you use the time wisely and you be consistent, you be successful. Another thing is the people that surround you is going to determine where you're going to head in life, and your mindset. If you got the right mindset and the right people around you, you're going to grow. If you got the wrong mindset and the wrong people around you, you're going to be part of them. So that's the only thing I can say to people, and just stay focused. That's it, man.
Yeah, your comfort zone, man.
Yeah,
man. So yeah, that's been the Young Crouch Travel Show.
Yeah, man. Thank you, man.
You've been Blackman Da Traveller.
Yeah, thank you.
And thank you, man. Peace.